I might even see. Hello. So what are we doing? Sorry, market's just pounding a little bit here. Anyway, so I'm out of my long-term trade there, down. I exited at here. Right here is where I exited. So that was nice. It was 250 pips, 249 pips. We haven't quite hit this fib here, which, yeah, let's just clean this up. We'll start from brand new, shall we? Get rid of everything. And keep this. Yeah. Okay. Anything pertinent here? You can see, oops. You can see here we hit the bottom of our channel. That's basically all I have to say, I think, in the daily. Can do some fibs. 2618 was at the 2385 level here. Using prior market, we got a monster fib down as our next. We actually have, if you go past this spike, we got a couple here, and that's down at 2295. That's actually about as low as I want to see this without a retracement. And that's just because this leg to me is very simply done a 1, 2, 3. So very simply, that should be the bottom, which is 22.95 again. So that's what I'm looking for. Now, if we start getting below that, you know, we may bounce on that, sure, but which is 21.40. That's the ultimate for this leg, though, for me. So unless we go extended or do something magical, we're nearing bottom. The reason I exited is because I didn't want to get caught in some kind of whipsaw. There's a lot of targets all in here. I'll go into the H4 and show you. You can see we're coming into a lot of targets, so it may go lower, but we're hitting massive resistance again, so there's no point holding on to a long-term trade when I could get a wicked retracement and only being up 250 pips. It's a little light to think that I can withstand some big swings. If this gets over the 3x3 in the daily, it's so close to taking me out. I'd be back. I basically have only made 100 pips, so my entry was in up here. So I just didn't like. I didn't want to play the whipsaw game. I like that straight down into my take profit. If it wants to whipsaw now, go for it. I will see if I can get my entries without, you know, leaving too much on the table. So let's see what I like for tonight. Now in the daily, like if you want to look at the longer time frames here, of course we have very simple level here, which is a swing low at 24.77. Hey, kitty. Sorry about that. I can pause. It's so cool. And I've been torturing you with all my phone conversations. And I can pause. Okay. Yeah, so what was I saying about my... Oh yeah, swing low. So we have a swing low in here that you can very easily see back at 2500 area, basically 24.85. Let's go into the 4 hour and look at it. last swing low, right? 2,500 here, and then this little tiny guy is 2,460. But this is an area I like for support. So if we're looking at taking another leg down, if this is 1, 2, 3, which I think it is, we should have an ultimate target on this leg for, let's call it 2,300, and we're looking for it to catch the retracement here. Now the last retracement was super shallow. Let's get rid of these fibs. You can see it hit 38.2, jumped out, right? That's where I caught that move. That's where I got out, right? So we definitely want to test again, same area, same thing. We want to make sure that it comes down into the same. Want to make sure it works out in the Camarillas too, right? So we've got 24.57. I'm just going to put these lines in here. 24.57. 24.90, and then back up into the swing low, which is probably the best one, the safest one anyway. It's 25.15. I'm just going to draw a trend line here, as it's a 4 hour. It's pretty good, and trend line here. So unless we come up real quick, we're not, we're just going to hit this trend line at the 50% right now, or tonight. Yeah, tonight. So the 50% looks like she's going to be tough. And if she can give a burst tonight into the 25.15 area, you want to see it move real fast out of that area, of course. But it's actually quite a nice trade because you're at the 61.8. You've broken a trend line, so you get a lot of people scared and people trading the wrong way. And it's a break breathe. Yeah, so, and it's a swing low. So there's a whole bunch of reasons that's a nice area, but we're still going to look at this area tonight because it's a swing low right here. See how that happened? You got your 38.2. And the 38.2 has definitely been catching this a lot lately, even less than 38.2, which is evil. But let's take a look in the 1 hour at the same thing. Just going to do exactly the same thing. Now we're going to look for confluence in the 1 hour. That's the right one, right? 24.40. And I'm just going to draw the full leg down too. See if there's any confluence. Yeah, we have a 50% at 61.8 at the same level, 24.92. So that level to me is already pretty awesome. The 61.8 of this full move. Where did I put that line? Right there. So that's beauty. We got the confluence there. It's also coming into a nice big fat round number too, which is sweet. There's a lot of reasons why that's nice. Now why? Wait a second. Is that the full move? Or is that my last leg? What did I do there? Oh yeah. Okay, we have some confluence actually. Sorry, at the 50%. Yeah. Which is a little lower than I'd like to get. But anyway, 24.90, nice swing low. It's a 50% and a 61.8 in these two legs. It's a deep retracement, which is unusual in this system. And it's a trend line, so there's lots of reasons, and there's lots of stuff to help you get out of a zero trade. If it happens to move up into 10 pips past, well, you can look at getting out because you may get a better entry 25 pips up, which is the next entry. So if it gets tough in that area, just leave it alone. So I'll just put that there. I like that one. Now for tonight, if we're going to trade, let me go into the Camarillas here and see what levels they're at. 24.40, that's the 38.2. So that's definitely a trade tonight. We have a 38.2 on this leg and the H4. Now remember that this Camarilla usually isn't used for that classically, it's just something I do as an aggressive thing. So that's good. And H5 is 2500 level. That's good too. So we got all these levels tonight are definite areas to test at. Because 2490 is the 61.8 at the full move. So I'll just draw that in here. Just in case it doesn't hit the H5, you can see that this will be tough. H4 will be tough. Now the first fib of the day runs us into the H3, which is nice. So the H3, which is here, first fib I use low, right, of the day, and then use prior. I'm using the Asian market here. And it gives us the H3, and then if you go up one step higher than that, you actually get the pivot. So this area in here is a great try. Great place to test it. It's 2405, 2408 area. Just want to see if there's any trend lines that could play a role. Definitely need to watch that trend line. If we're going to spike up into here, what time is it? This might, because we're getting over a trend line, it may have the power here that still be a good trade as a sell, but it won't go deep pips, right? You'll get, 6-7 pips out of it, and then she could have the power if she doesn't fire back through this trend line. If it consolidates over it, well, it may have the power to keep moving tonight. So something to watch. But if you're going to take a trend line hit, and it happens in this hour, what are we in? 15 minutes? So 8 o'clock. Yeah, I don't know. You're going to have to play this. I'm not going to instruct on this. So just as time progresses here, check out how you're doing on the trend line. See if you get a bounce. What would be nice is a bounce on the trend line, and then at like 9:15 area. So bounce trend line, and then up through 9:15 area, and then you can give it a test and see if we can get back down through that trend line. And you're not looking for huge pips on this move. You can try to max out the move down at, I would go H3 to H3, just to be safe. Just, it's not huge profit, 75 pips. But just to be safe on the trade. Good testing area. H4, same thing, you're taking it to H3. Unless it's going to breathe. If it doesn't jump underneath this trend line, you need to look at profits over this trend line. So if it shoots up, does it breathe, consolidates, and then comes up into here, and then slowly dicks around and doesn't get back down, you need to look at profits above this trend line instead of, if it gets underneath the trend line and consolidates, then of course you're looking for the lower moves. And if it gets up to H5 tonight, then you're just looking for, you can do, the way I would do it is, say we came up to here, we do a retracement, and the 38.2 is back at the H4. So basically an H5 to H4 is all you're looking at, which isn't huge. Again, it's 50 or 60 pips. So yeah, that's all I got tonight. Oh, levels up. Well, levels up I pretty much covered. You can, still catching a knife, but if it comes down to 9 o'clock, 9:15, sorry, when I say that I mean Euro Open. So, about the Euro Open, half an hour after, anything like that, and you come into the L3, it's pretty low. I mean, you're at 23.30, it's good. L4 is awesome at 2300, and ultimate targets are destroyed if it goes through that. So remember, I have some ultimate targets at 2280, just beyond the L4. So anyway, there are areas to test. I don't want to get too much into these because I don't recommend, if you're a newbie or anything, trading the catching the knife game. When all systems are down and you're trading like I'm talking bigger time frames down here, right? So I don't recommend trying to catch the knife. I do recommend trying to get into a move though, especially with this. If we had a sharp reaction out of here, I would suspect that there's a change in direction. But because this was such a shallow nothing, I don't expect these levels to be very difficult to catch, unless we have a choppy night or something. But yeah. So anyway, I'm just giving you the easy side of the trades tonight. That's all I got. Bye.